Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the City of Healing, where the city resides within. This is your sister, Sinette and Angela. Hope that everyone is having a wonderful Saturday so far. Wanted to come forth and just do a brief share. Just put it out there. If it's not a lot, as we know, and as I've already said, is going on in this world, and it's going to continue to go on personally, globally, nationally, whatever. Lots going on with me. I don't stress easily. If I'm stressed, I do other things kind of to counter it, But anyway, I'm doing really good mentally, physically, emotionally at this point. But like I said, a lot is going on, and a lot of mental health is in jeopardy. I know. A lot of people are really going through it, and there's some things throughout my other videos that I've talked about over and over and over again. And even my sisters, my family, think I'm a little eccentric, but I am, and I don't mind admitting that and being that. But essentially, I think it basically mentally prepares you for what is to come, and even considering what is to come, because it's written. And it's kind of following through and going through. I'm not saying that the world is about to end, because the world never ends, but civilizations do destroy themselves. But I wanted to talk about one main thing that I've noticed, and it's not saying that one or the other thing is bad, but something for us to really look at if we haven't already, and that is the demasculinization, or the feminizing of our men. And I understand very much so that we carry the essence of both male and female, and we are born with the dominant sexual organ of who we are, even though we still have that other part of that sexual organ as well. And we have those both in us emotionally and mentally to basically get through the world. Everything have some essence of male, female in it, and we are basically in a duality world right now. So that's how people understand how things work, understandably so. But at this point, other places, and I won't name any names, which are maybe going to be trying to wage war against us, are very much so upping the ante of testosterone and masculinity of men with the dominant trait physically and mentally of being masculine. But here, I've seen a lot. I'm not anti anything. Most people know me as very, very open-minded, and I have a lot of people that I don't even question their sexuality, but they volunteer who they are and who they're not, and it doesn't wage me or bother me at all. But a lot has been done against our men to feminize them, to make them just complacent with who they are. And, we are in trouble if we have to go into war. And I hope that my son isn't the only masculine that's willing to fight for where we live right now, because there is nowhere else to live if we don't have where we are. But anyway, if we do go to war, there's going to be a lot of drafting. And where my son is, where he's going, he is where he is. He's protected, and he's willing to do. But the people that have to be drafted into what's to come is a different story. So I wanted to talk about some ways to, if anyone is interested, to up the testosterone level of our men. And one, if you're vegan or vegetarian, please stay away from the soy. Please stay away from the preservative foods, because you don't know what's in them. We need to grow our own foods. If we're going to get meats, we may have to hunt for our meat and learn how to do that. We need to, if you're going to get meat, we need to get the most organic, the most grass-fed meats. We need to stay away from the sugar. we need to include foods that are high in zinc that help us up testosterone, such as sunflower seeds, pomegranate, seafood, shellfish, things like that, to up our testosterone levels. Just Google, because I didn't sit down and rehearse this or anything, but sit down and look at the foods that up the testosterone level. Because I don't necessarily, I like being feminine, but of course I do have some masculine ways, of course, but not because I want to, but, to help protect and defend myself, I have to adapt to those traits, but I'm definitely most feminine that I associate with. But just Google high testosterone foods and ways to get rid of estrogen out of your body, because our men are becoming more feminine than the women. If you look at it, not judging it, I'm not judging, I'm looking and I'm observing what I know as, will they be willing to fight, or are they complacent, or are they looking for the women to fight? But men, as we've seen, putting on dresses. I mean, even though men wore dresses in the past, but this is a different type of situation. And other places are definitely not doing that. Men are growing breasts, and we know why that is, because of the decrease in the testosterone and the upping of estrogen. You need to look up foods that up levels of estrogen in our body. We need to, I know this might be controversial, but I think stay out of the gyms and be in nature. Climbing trees is the most masculine and you use the most muscles and get the strongest climbing trees. Walking is excellent. These are some things to consider so that we can start to be ready when it's time to be ready to fight and defend ourselves. This is not a warning. This is just fact of what's coming. And we women, women started this thing, so they are very much so aware of how to get in touch with their masculine side if we have to. But I wanted just slightly bring this up. I didn't research or anything, but these are some things that I just know that need to be mentioned and considered and going in touch with. I'm not going to say which male friend or boyfriend or anything that I was with before. I wouldn't say I was the most dominant masculine in the relationship, because I don't like that. Because if I have to be masculine in a relationship, I would not be in that relationship. But we were getting ready for bed, and we were relaxing, and then all of a sudden we heard a big thump. And we looked at each other, and he asked me, "You gonna go check and see what that is?" And in my mind I was like, nah, this is not gonna work. This relationship, I knew back then, but I still let it go onward. But anyway, these are some things that we need to start thinking about. And of course, men are going to say, you're just going to have to defend, of course. If there's no man, you're going to have to do what you have to do, period. And I'm prepared to do that. But anyway, I'm just asking, if we want our men, if we want the masculine to be masculine where we are in America, we need to start having more and more of these conversations, because we are definitely being weaponized with our food, with our environments, with our mentation. We need to reconsider a lot of things, and this is just one knock on the door, just to start the conversation and looking into it. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for visiting the city, and I hope that you'll have a beautiful day. Take care.